icons have, and as you can see and hear us, let us know so that we know we have good sound quality here. So checking in with our team if they can hear us, and it is showing that we went live, Brian.
Yes, and I'm seeing it on 3 different channels, so that's great.
Wow, impressive,
yeah, working.
Brian. Okay, exciting. Well, we are so excited to be here. I'm checking with Lisa. She says, Ann, sounds good. Brian, let's have you. Okay, and now Victoria, good morning to you.
Morning. Good morning, Ann. Good morning, Brian.
All right, we'll find out if Lisa says your sound is good too. Takes a couple seconds for that to go through. So good morning, everybody. Go ahead and write in the chat if, you know, where you're calling in from so that we can welcome you in. And especially if Wanda has rolled in, I'm not sure if Wanda is here yet, but especially a good morning to you, Wanda, as you have been in conversation with one of our advisors. So we love having people here as guests and learning from us. And today is going to be really a lot of fun because this is going to actually be a Peak Student Success interview with one of our top students sharing her tips, her background, her story. Alrighty, so I got, oh, there we are. Marianne, good morning to you. Sunny in Wisconsin, that's awesome. Good morning, Nicole. Good morning, Tiffany in Mayfield, Kentucky. We got Nicole here, Nancy. I don't see the other names. Okay, Mike. Hi there, or Mikey. Good morning from Maryland, says Nicole. Hey, William, calling in from Dallas. Teresa Clark in the house. Welcome, Teresa. Good morning with lots of hearts. She's got there too, even. Good morning to Donald from Hadesburg. Marty Wash. Hey there, Marty. John watching. Hey there. Good morning to you, John. Welcome. So we'll start right at the top of the hour, but again, welcome to everybody as you're rolling in. Karis is in the house. Good morning to you. Alem, welcome to you. Good morning. All right, lots of people rolling in. Okay, Shiran. Hello, Shiran. Welcome. Okay, and whatever cup of choice you have this morning, this is my first mug of Joe, and here's the second one where I accidentally just put water in without the coffee grounds. So I had to pour the water back in and start all over again. All right, Ruby in the house, Deborah, Evangelist in the house, Sharon, hey there, good morning to you. Welcome everybody. Deborah, good morning from Phoenix. Shahanaj, welcome. Great to see you here. All right, it is time. Okay, there you go. Okay. So what we're going to do, Brian, you'll be sharing your screen for this first few minutes of introduction. Hi there, Lang. All right. So again, this is our weekly Saturday morning live, and we start promptly at 9 a.m. Central Time every Saturday morning. We did not meet on Christmas morning. That was on the 25th. That was the one Saturday we missed, Brian, but that's it for all of last year. And I think we're going into about our 3rd year here. All right, lots of people rolling in. Awesome. Yes, Donald is saying, I sense takeaways. Yep, I do recommend you have your pen out today. You're going to be learning a lot in this success interview. All right, so let's welcome in our new members. If you are a new member, hey there, good morning, Keith. Let us know and in the chat, and our members will come in and give you some love and give you a warm welcome. So feel free to let us know. Hi there, Neil calling in for Baltimore. All right, so again, a warm welcome to our newest Peak Performance members. All right, we're gonna move on to the next slide there, which is the 3 pillars of e-commerce success. Number 1 pillar is to generate cash flow. So you can jumpstart your business, keep it going. Then we're on to pillar number 2, which is to automate systems to free up your time and scale up your business. And pillar number 3 is to build assets. So you can pass on to your family or sell to investors for a profit. Those are our 3 pillars of e-commerce success. And you're going to learn about how those have impacted Victoria's life as she has come into peak performance. So we'll get to that in just a few minutes here. All right, our next slide there is we're asking if you would like to share our Saturday morning live with others, because we really change people's lives in a big way. And we'd like you to share the good news. It's very simple to do. There's a share button right underneath the video. Just hit that share and you can, there's a number of places that Facebook lets you share. So go ahead and do that. Hi, Amanda. All right. And weekly Feed the Beast challenge. So in our private mastermind community page, people are asked to post their shipment at the end of the week. And then we select a Feed the Beast winner and announce that on Saturday here in this call. And if you're wondering, if you're new here and you're going, what are they talking about, this beast? What's that all about? The beast is the rabid, hungry buyers, primarily our prime buyers. And well over two thirds of American households have prime buyers. And they buy at, I believe it's 2 or 3 times the rate of an average Amazon customer. And that's really what drives the whole Amazon machine, are those prime buyers. So that's the beast. They're ravenous, they're hungry. Hello, good morning to you, Tia. All right, so announcing this week's winner is Demetria Stewart. So give Demetria a shout out. I don't know if she's here this morning, but congratulations, Demetria. And she's got her picture there. And you know what? That's her first shipment. Brian?
Wow.
Yeah, exactly,
Good
Victoria.
job. Mm-hmm.
That's really, you know,
To go.
yeah, that's stepping out. So Demetria, just the heads up, your phone is going to be popping. You know, as you watch your Amazon Seller Central account on your phone, it's going to be getting busy, right? Once those products roll in, you start selling your products. So high five, give it up to Demetria. Super proud of you. All right, now we'll go to the next slide. So we're going to get into the goods here today. So again, get a pen and paper out. You're going to learn a lot. All right, so Victoria, our very special guest here, is one of our very recent EBS Peak Performer graduates. And she really hit some record numbers that I have not seen before. And that was almost 42,000 in her 90-day sprint. So give it up for that kind of peak performance. And, you know, I have to say, so I actually was Victoria's business advisor, you know, speaking with Victoria when she was first looking at joining our program. I had a wonderful conversation. And little did I know what a powerhouse that she was going to be. And so I was so curious, and I reached out to Victoria. It was about almost exactly a month ago. And I'm like, like, is she home full time, or like, what's going on here? And I was like, whoa, you're working some serious hours at your job and pulling this off. So we have one more slide to share there, Brian, and then we'll just go full face on here. So I just want to have those pictures shown. And so she's sent me a bunch of pictures. And so the background here, and she'll share a whole lot more with you, is Victoria and her husband split responsibilities of raising their 3 children, working full-time jobs. Victoria, you work a 12-hour shift?
Yes, night shift.
A night shift while growing their new Amazon business. And I got the distinct impression you two are quite a team. There's a real good, great synergy going on there. And it's really ended up being a very positive experience for your family. Let's do this. If we could, step back in time and let's share with the folks, you know, what's your background? Where are you from? And, you know, your skills and your talents and how it is you came to the US and then seeing my video for the first time. And so let's hear that whole background if we could.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm happy to be here. It's a pleasure. Okay, so my name is Victoria Mioma, like Anna introduced. I'm a mother of 3 beautiful babies, 10, 7, and 6. It's such a blessing to have them in my life, and they've been so supportive. And I have a great husband. God bless him. You know, and I will start this interview without saying thank you to Favor. She's my big sister who actually put me into EBS. Yes, I've heard about Amazon business in the past. My husband wanted me to do it like 2 years ago. And I'm like, oh, spare me. What's in there? There is nothing. I don't want to waste my time doing things and all that. So I went to Favor's house one morning and she was so busy. I'm like, man, what are you doing? She said, oh, there's this business I'm doing, blah, 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 and all that. I said, okay, tell me what it is. And she goes, Amazon. I said, Amazon again, you Amazon. Okay. So my thought, for her to do it, there is something in it. So that got me interested at that point, that I really wanted to look at it and see how it goes. She encouraged me. She sent me and YouTube videos that I watched, and the story. This is where I am after that, So yeah, it's been amazing building the business. I started with a very small fund, going by Anne's advice. Don't start with huge amounts, start with a little. So I actually started a little, then I saw that, oh, really, I can actually invest my paychecks and some other funds into this, and that is it. I hope I answered the question. Yeah.
Okay, so I want to make everything clear. So my bad, you didn't trip over my YouTube video like the majority. It was your friend Favor, and
Yeah.
Favor is an e-com exec. I've seen her in the call. So hello, Favor. I don't know if you're here today, but a big thank you to Favor for being that role model. Right. Where previously, so your husband wanted you to do Amazon, you're like, no, I'm not interested. Right. So, but he thought, yeah, I think you could be good at this, Victoria. And you're like, no. Then there's Favor, and like, no, here it is again, Amazon. But okay, maybe there's something here. Right. So I want to mention to everybody, we do have an ambassador program. And so Favor had recommended, well, kind of all by incident, you're at her house, and she didn't, go running around the neighborhood. You're at her house, and there it was. She's doing the Amazon business. So good on your, Favor. And if you want to learn more about our ambassador program, just email into our customer care team. But so you're giving that shout out. It's changed your life dramatically.
Yeah, I'm giving a shout out.
Yes, awesome. So tell us career-wise, because I think it's always fun for people to connect in whichever way. Tell us about your career development.
I have a 10 years experience in banking. I'm from Nigeria. I did that in Nigeria. So coming in here is a long story. Circumstance brought me in here, and based medically, quote and unquote. So I found myself here. And of course, an immigrant, you want to find something to do. You got to pay your bills. You got to eat. You got to feed your children. No excuse. You got to do something. So at the point we decided to stay back, I started hunting for something to do, something meaningful, something fulfilling, not just doing it. Because at my age, I'm going to be 40. I felt I shouldn't be running around, trying something. And so I wanted something fulfilling, So, I'm a woman of faith. I prayed, and I found that I could be great in healthcare. So I joined the school. I trained as an LPN. I'm supposed to be doing my RN and all that, but I put it on hold because, yes, I'm doing Amazon. Let's see how it goes. Yes, so I put that on hold, but I'm working full-time, 12-hour shift, Monday to Friday.
Oh, wow.
Yes, then my business is my day job. Then my profession is my night job. Yeah.
So I remember when we talked, I'm like, so when do you sleep? And I think you're saying I'm actually getting away for a weekend so I can get some sleep. But sleep is not you don't have a lot of it at this time, it sounds like.
Okay, like I told you in the interview, I'm not a great sleeper if I have something to do. Except I don't have anything to do. But if I have a goal and I want to meet it, I have to. I could sleep for 1 hour. I call it, I usually take power nap. That helps me a lot. Yeah, power nap helps me. And, once I take the power nap, I'm good to go for the day until I'm done with all that I have to do.
I want to tap into that. Okay, Brian, seriously, so you're telling me you're wired such that it's challenging to sleep. when you know how you have some work and things to get done, and
Right.
especially if you're energized about that work and you know it's going to get you somewhere.
Right. I don't want to deceive myself to say, okay, because I've worked night shift, I have to sleep. I'll be in bed and I'm not going to sleep. So why stay in bed while there are things to be done? So that's me.
Okay, so I'm just going to say, I don't think everyone could follow that advice per se, but what it does show is you are a very determined woman.
Yes.
Okay. All righty. So, Brian, you have a comment?
Yeah, I just wanted to add to this. I'm not going to say that sleep is overrated, but when you do have something important to do, you want to get to it. So for me, my habits are to get up early in the morning because that's my most productive time when I'm fresh. But I wake up sometimes at 4, and I've got business. I have things on my mind, and I just get up and go do it. So at least 5:30, I'm up because I can't stay in bed and sleep in. This has ruined your ability to sleep in, hasn't it, Victoria?
Say that again, I'm sorry.
This has ruined your ability to sleep in, hasn't it?
Oh, well. Not really. Yeah, not really. Yeah, not really. I sleep when I want to sleep, really.
Mm-hmm.
I sleep when I want to sleep and when I don't have anything to do. Trust me, there are days when you don't have things to do and you want to really sleep. Yeah. But days you have things to do, you got to do it.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. So you were more a skeptic of doing an Amazon business and not so much for most of our folks. They see the YouTube video and then they wonder about whether we're legitimate or not. So by connecting with Favor and seeing what she was doing, and she must have sent favorable things, we became legitimized to you because that is a big concern for people coming online. Is that what happened for you?
Okay, so it got to come from somebody you trust. So because it came from her, I trust her. I love and I believe in her. Mm-hmm. So I didn't have any doubt I was illegitimate.
Yeah. Okay.
And she told me she has found all the videos, but your videos spoke more to her than every other video. Reason why she came to you. So that's enough for me. I didn't have to start thinking about anything.
Awesome. All right, let's talk about getting into the program then. And I just want to acknowledge you had perfect attendance. I think, is that what, right, Brian? Loretto Post. We track everything, just so everyone's clear. We care very, very much about our students, and we actually track people showing up. We actually email them, hey, everything okay? We actually call them when students aren't showing up. And maybe some of you can vouch for that, those of you who are in attendance today. That's what we do because we have all eyes on our students to bring them to success. And so when your final day came and Loretto had posted that, I'm like, yep, that's my Victoria.
Right.
That's my girl. So you were very committed, even though a very, very busy life, because, you know, people can come up with dropout reasons. I don't know what they are. And it's very unfortunate. We feel sad because when they quit showing up, they're giving up on themselves. So talk about what compelled you while you had Favor and the love and trust you have with her, you going through your education. Is that just the cloth you're cut from? That's just how you operate? Like
that's how I operate. I'm sorry. Okay. That's how I operate. Because imagine if you enrolled, like I said, I enrolled to be an RN and I'm missing classes. You're going to have challenges meeting up and learning that which you want to learn, right? So I saw EBS school as a school itself. I've enrolled, of course, I paid to do that. So I shouldn't throw that away no matter what I'm going through. So my thing is, I have to be consistent with whatever I signed up for. Because in those classes, there's always something to learn. I might think I know it all, but there is always something very vital that will take your business to the next level that you want it to get to. So I don't want to miss those classes. Yes.
Awesome. And I just want everybody to know, and especially if we have guests, that this gets shipped out when people graduate. And that graduation means when people have actually shown up and completed the program. So yours will be arriving. I don't know if it has yet arrived, but you're going to receive one of these because we're very proud of you for that.
I have.
And you have received it. Oh, good. Awesome. Okay. I'm so glad to hear that. So now let's start digging into, tips and strategies, both in your learnings, how you learn, because some people are better learners than others. It's just a fact. You have the mental discipline, you appreciate the understanding of showing up and being consistent. So let's talk about anything in the learning process that you've used as tips, and then let's get into the Amazon business building experience itself.
Okay, so with all the conversation, I'm sure you already know that I'm wired to work hard. I work hard. Whatever I find myself doing, like I said, I'm a woman of faith. And my Bible tells me that whatever I find my hand to, I should do it with all diligence. So I roll with that. Whatever my hands touch, I work with all diligence. So that is me. And two, I set goals. I joined EBS and remember I told you that I want to be able to pay my bills because the country is wired to pay bills. So I want to be able to pay my bills, set my bills on an auto pay with Amazon, what I'm getting from Amazon. That's the goal. And I'm chasing it or pursuing it with all diligence. Right. I'm there already. Thank God I can pay my bills, my mortgage, my light bill, my utility bills, all my utility bills with what I'm getting from Amazon.
Wow.
Every 2 weeks I get payment, I set some aside for my bills and all that. And also staying focused. There are a lot of noises, there are a lot of distractions out there. You don't want to sit on the TV for 24 hours. I can't remember the last time I watched TV. Yeah, I can glance through my phone, maybe news to get an update on what is going on in the world in case they ask us to run away so that I can know how to put my children together and run if they ask us to run. Then, yeah, that's it for me. And I tell myself that I can always do it. And you can. People have done it in the past. I was reading an article about a lady, I can't remember her name. She became a millionaire from doing Amazon business. And I'm like, if she can do it, I can do it. And that is my mantra. If you can and I can, if Brian can and I can, oh my God, they are amazing coaches. If they could do it, I can do it. So that's all that goes for me, yeah.
Here's Carolee, a member just wrote a comment, love it, same here, no TV.
And be an enthusiast. Life could hit us with so many things. Do not succumb to it because those things come to bring you down. They come to steal your dreams. They come to destroy your goals. Be an enthusiast no matter what you're going through. You're going to get it right. At that point, I don't want to say the devil is a setback. And you don't want to be set back. It's too costly to be set back. And that's why a lot of people get discouraged and wonder because somehow they've been hit with certain issues. They don't want to share with you. They don't want to share with me. But this is me saying that let's not give in to those challenges. Honestly, if we have goals written on our walls, look at it every morning. Say to yourself, I can do it. And that is what goes for me. And I can, yeah.
Okay, I have to reflect back. And I think, Brian, I can see your heart is filled with, you're feeling pretty happy right now hearing Victoria. It's beautiful. I just want to go back to what you said. You came in with the goal so you could pay your bills. Right. And here you are 90 plus days out and Amazon is paying the bills for your family, your mortgage, your utilities. Right. And it has given you peace of mind. Right. And you're going to keep going. Priceless. you're going to keep going with this thing. We'll get to that. Yeah. We'll talk about what your goals are. Anything else mindset wise? Because honestly, what I always feel, what sets one person from the other, what it comes down to for success or failure is the mindset. That is what will make or break. That's the internal warfare going on. And either you're going to set your mind to it and win this battle, or you're going to succumb and lose to the battle.
Right.
And you're winning, and you've already reached your business goal objective. To your family bills are paid.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah. Any other advice or mindset? And then let's get into nitty gritty about your Amazon business.
Not really. Yeah, we've said it all. It's just stay determined. If you can imagine it, you can achieve it. That's
beautiful.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, go ahead, Brian. You have a thought.
I just wanted to, I'm hoping that our viewers are getting a big takeaway here. Victoria's talking about focus. You know, you can tell how determined she is, but it's where she applies her focus. So if she doesn't want a setback and she applies her focus on the problems that come up, then which come up in every business, you're going to have some problems here and there. All she's going to be doing is focusing on those setbacks. It'll be discouraging. It'll make her want to give up. Instead, she focuses on accomplishment, on moving forward, on her goals. You said you have goals up there on the wall.
Yeah.
And that's where you keep your focus. That's the trick for our members who say, oh, I don't know if I can make this happen. All you have to do is keep your eye on the progress rather than on the problems that come up.
I want to speak to the power of the spoken words. It's very important. We are all in this to get something from it. Don't go, oh, it's difficult. Trust me, it's going to be difficult once you say it. The power of the spoken words is very important. There's so much power in your words. So you want to wake up in the morning and say, I can do it. Except you don't want to do it, but if you know deep down you want to do it, of course you can.
Yeah, exactly, Brian. The spoken word. Yes, I love it. Oh, absolutely priceless. I love it. I need to have a picture of a certain little baby boy right up on my wall when I sit down to work, and it's my little grandbaby over in China, and that's going to be right up on my wall. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. All righty, so let's talk about, so as people come in through 98 Peak Performance, talk about the learning process of vetting the products, because you put hand to plow and you started to learn how to vet your products, right? So talk about that, and if you now have a VA, all of that process.
Okay, so like I said, I like to ride on experience. I learned from experience. Right. So I joined school and there are amazing coaches. So I applied all that I learned. I remember first one, we were told to learn first, do it yourself before getting in a VA. So I did it myself. I already hit $35,000 before I got a VA. That we had. I've not mastered it yet, but I think I mastered it to some level that I can bring in a VA and vet. You got to vet what they are doing. You don't want them to dump all kinds of ASIN on you. You got to have your criteria. So I was able to set my criteria from the teachings that I got from the coaches. I love them all. They motivated me in so many ways. So I did that. Then I got a VA. Yeah, I've hit 30,000 when I got a VA. I got one VA. And the thing is, I kept praying that God, by the time I'm ready to get a VA, I need a good one. And like I said, part of the spoken words. And I got a good girl who's very honest, who understands my vision and my mission, who understands my criteria, and we are doing it together. Yes, then, so the prepping, well, I'm still doing my prepping. honestly, I'm not comfortable yet with prep centers. I think I got to, at some point, I want to kill that fear because I don't want to. They tell you it has to be 500 units, it has to be 100 units, it has to be. I'm really not that patient with all those stuff. So it's something I'm trying to tell myself to get ready for. And my UPS is very close to me. So it's very easy for me to drop a UPS, 1 minute drive, do the prepping, So I have a schedule. I set my time and we do all that. So it hasn't been a challenge for me.
Yeah.
If it's a challenge, I would find a way to go about it. But I have a VA who is doing amazing. I have my criteria set based on what I've learned. Initially, I started with 35% ROI, right?
Yeah.
After Brian started drilling us, oh my God, the drill. I said, really? Okay. So I went up to 50, 70 and above, and it's been amazing. The first e-commerce exec I attended, that night I made a change.
Oh, yeah.
I made a change. I called my vet, said, you know what? No more this, no more that, no more this.
We're gonna dig into that. And
Yes, yeah.
Brian, what's your thought? You got something?
So Victoria said, well, you had 30% ROI. And then we started talking a lot about ROI, especially in the ecom exec mentorship. Yes. So then you increased it to 50%, to 70%. How were you able to make that change? Why is it you have control over that? You get to choose your ROI. You get to choose the products that have the ROI that you want. How is it you have control over that?
I don't know if I understand that clearly. Have control over my ROI, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that is through your sourcing. You're sourcing for these items. These items are out there. So you're vetting what you want. You have your spreadsheet, amazing spreadsheet that shows you what with the colors and all that. So yeah, I think with that, I was able to control my ROI. So anything that is not, some yellows, I hope everybody understands these colors. Some yellows I don't go for, but all greens I go for it, yes. Mm-hmm. So that's how I'm able to control it, yeah.
So people say, I can't find profitable products. And you were finding products that met your 30% ROI criteria. Now you've just raised your criteria.
Yes.
And you're finding those products.
Yes, but you're not finding them anymore as much as you're finding the 30% ROIs. But that's not a big deal, really, because right now you're making more profit with your increased ROI. Mm-hmm. It doesn't really matter how much ASINs you have on your inventory or how many units you have on your inventory. So what I do is with those ROIs, high ROIs, I buy and I sell. A reason why I have an increased turn rate. This morning, my turn rate is 6.0. My sell-through increased to about 4.2. So I do those, and those items are the more that they sell more than the small items, yeah.
So for everybody else, Victoria's talking about metrics in her business. She knows what her turn rate is. She knows the ROI. She knows the net profit margin. She knows how much she invests. She tracks that. And that just leads her to being more and more successful. Because she measures it, she has control over it. And the lesson, the takeaway here is if you're not measuring it, you don't have control over it.
I want to talk about the power of being a good student. So I was in that very ecom exec call, Victoria, and I saw you there, and Faber was in there too.
Yeah.
And then we had our call together, I think the very next day. And you said, oh, Ann, let me just tell you, as soon as that call ended, I'm on the phone talking to my gal in the Philippines and telling her, hey, things are changing. It's going to be like this, this, and this. Yes. And that speaks to, so what we're talking about is after 90-day peak performance mentoring, you transition into ecom exec. And that's where you're going to have the mentorship with Brian. And it's when you really start to dial in your numbers. Mm-hmm. At the first, you're just trying to get those products in and get some sales going. But now you're going to start fine tuning your business. Right. And I remember how excited you were
Oh my God, it was very exciting. Sometimes we take these coachings for granted. They mean so much to me. Yeah, because you can't really do it without a coach. You can't. And well, that's okay. Yeah.
And the results speak for themselves, that you know that this is true and you are an implementer of the knowledge that you're provided.
Yeah.
And so I remember that I sat in that ecom exec call and I saw you there, and then we talked the next day. So lots of things are pouring in here. Hey, can you guys there already are tons of loves that have been coming through. Can you guys give Victoria love here? And so, and I want to get to the shipping just so everybody is clear. We don't tell that there is a right or wrong with these choices. There's no apology. Some people love the shipping, and your husband helps you with that. Tell me your children's experience of mom and dad with their new business, and are they just kind of passively watching, or what participation do they have?
Oh, my son, David, he's very excited. He goes to school and he tells his teacher, my mommy works for Amazon. I said, okay, I didn't want to get him confused in okay, I don't work, I'm not a staff of Amazon, I sell on Amazon. But they are excited to see that things coming. They're able to help me wrap some things that I need to bubble wrap. Some of the items I need to put in the poly bag. They're excited to see us do it, So they're amazing. I have their blessing. The reason also why the business is good. You got to have your family's blessing.
Yes, and your boys are loving seeing Mama is a retailer.
Yes.
You have a retail store, and they're learning the rudiments of what it means. They see what type of products come in, what is selling. So your children are just being permeated with the understanding of a retail business by default. Right. Just by watching and observing, and they see these, wow, mommy, that's what you're selling. Do they ever say, wow, mommy, can we keep this one?
Okay, so my baby, Iberi, she's 6. Sometimes this toys comes in and she goes, mommy, why can't I have these? I said, I'm sorry, baby, I'll get yours, but this is business. And she understands. She said, okay, mommy, bye.
Oh, that's wonderful. I wanted to loop back. What did you say you hit in sales before you hired a VA? What was that number that you said?
35,000.
Oh, 35,000. Okay, so you did all your sourcing on your own.
Right.
Hit 35,000, and that was your comfort level for when to get a VA. Okay. And so I want to impress upon people, every interview, it plays out so differently when people transition into the automation piece. So for you, it was you really wanted to have mastery. I tend to be that way too. I need to understand. I want to be a master of it. Right. And that's kind of how I am wired to do things. Right. And then with the shipping, your husband helps with that, and you've got this teamwork. And in that sense, it benefits the scope of your family to see this is a family endeavor. Mm-hmm. And, you'll be helping too, kind of a thing. So I love it. All right. I just have to say, you're such a beautiful person.
Thank you.
For who you are and how you approach your life and your business. Yeah. And it really shows. All right, let's talk about the vision now. So in your 90 days, you are having your Amazon Business Fund pay the bills of the household. What lies ahead? I mean, you've kind of checked off a really big box already.
Okay, you are trying to reach the 3, what should I call it now? About EBS goal. First is to generate cash flow, which I think I've hit, generating cash flow. Then the second one, and the last one was build asset and pass to family. That's it for me. Build asset and pass on to family.
Okay. So that's the goal. Awesome. All right. Were there any specific questions that anybody had? And then otherwise, just please give love and appreciation. And Teresa's saying, I agree, and she is a beautiful person and brilliant. And Wanda, I don't know if you're here, but I wanted to give a special shout out to you as a guest, if you are here. Carly, I send my teen daughter and husband to buy it in my Amazon store, and she does. No mercy here, helping the kids help out, sounds like there. Did you see any particular questions? Does anyone have? Oh, here's one. What is the number of days in return rate? As Selena, have you gotten to that, knowing what your turn rate is? I know you're only about 90 days out or so.
For me?
Yes.
Yeah, for what your turn rate is.
Oh, my turn rate, like I just said, is 6.0. I just saw it this morning. Yes.
Okay.
6.0.
So,
And my sell-through is 3.7. Yeah.
so those are numbers specific to Amazon. If you have 6 turns a year, because that's what they're talking about, that would mean every 60 days, every 2 months.
Okay.
And Victoria, I know that that number just keeps improving, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
As Thursday was,
Yeah.
I think it was 5 point something. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have what day did you start selling on Amazon? What was your first sale?
My first sale was November 1st.
November 1st. Okay.
That's fast.
So do you have a 12-month goal? You know, what do you want to accomplish in your first 12 months to next November 1st?
Okay, like I reminded you, I have a goal to end first quarter with about 75,000.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on track. I hit 61,000 yesterday. And like I said, my profit went up because my ROI, thanks to you, Brian, for all the coaching and everything, so, well, let's leave it at that.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you were to say how much in sales you want to do for all of 2022, and this would include the Christmas selling season, do you have some kind of out there goal, that you're thinking about in the back of your head?
Oh Lord, power of the spoken words.
Yes.
If I can do 500,000.
500,000 this year.
This year, yeah.
Okay. It's not that I'm going to hold you to it, but I'm definitely going to help you build that foundation that will allow you to get there.
Oh, thank
Yep.
you. Thank you. Yes,
Yep.
I want to get that.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's a
I wanna-
lofty goal.
That's a lofty goal, but I want to give a short little story and then we're going to give it a wrap here. Is this happened for Martha Fitzenmeyer, for one of our members. Brian sits down with her to, just like asking you a question. And she stated a goal. And he said, no, I don't think so. And I don't recall if she said 35,000 or what her deal was, but she did 74,000 in a single month, her 11th month in the business.
She
And
said,
I know, yeah, go ahead.
yeah,
Brian.
she said she wanted to hit 25,000. I think this was in December several years ago. So for that month, she wanted to hit 25. But the thing is that we try to track our members, at least our members like Victoria that show up and they report their results. We have an idea of what's going on in their Amazon businesses, in their stores. Victoria is adding lots more inventory. She keeps focusing on adding more inventory. That was the same thing that Martha did. And I knew that Martha had the inventory to make it possible. I knew what kind of inventory she was buying. So it was easy to figure out that she was probably going to triple that 25,000 because she had it there. She was it's a numbers driven business. So
Yeah.
Victoria, I don't know that you'll make 500,000. I know that you are putting all the pieces there to get there. The last piece that you're going to have is that inventory. You'll have to have that investment in inventory to make it possible. If you do, yes, it's possible this year.
Yes, as a man thinketh, so he is.
Awesome. Beautiful. All right. Can y'all give Victoria love and for her time here? She's a very, very busy mom. I didn't know you were Monday through Friday with 12-hour shifts. That's a lot of hours. So thank you so much. And I think we'll definitely have you back because I think people want an update on your progress and especially kind of more towards the end of the year. So we'll be rooting for you.
Come back. Thank you so much for having me, and Brian. And thank you everyone for the love. I appreciate it.
Yeah. All right. Stick with us. And alrighty, so I'm going to get back to our slide deck. And where am I at? So those of you who are watching and you would like to learn more, those of you who are not members yet, you can go to joinebs.com. That will take you to our homepage. where there's other case studies like what you've just heard here with Victoria today, and also some free training. And then we like to say that it's hustle and heart is what sets us apart. And you can see Victoria has her heart in her business here. And I'm going to say she has her heart for us, because boy, the glowing remarks she said about Brian, when we got together the next day, she's like, oh my gosh, she is. And Victoria, I know you are highly, highly appreciative of Brian. All right, so the next slide there is, again, go to our homepage if you want to learn more about us, to access our free training and our student success stories. And with that, that is this edition of Saturday Morning Live. We're really grateful to have you here. And we will see you next week at 9 a.m. Central Time here on Facebook. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Victoria. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, you can